Welcome back. Now we have to move on to the gate delays. So you need to be specify the delays in any hardware circuit where it plays an important role as well as the vital role. So when it comes to the simulation as well as the synthesis. So here in this case, there are three ways of specifying the delays in continuous assignment statements, namely the regular assignment delay, implicit continuous assignment delay, and net declaration delay. So now we have to be discussed one by one. Let's move on to regular assignment delay. So the regular assignment delay is the first method to assign a delay value in a continuous assignment statement. So by default regularly regularly or by default you have to use this type of the assignment. That's what it is called as a regular assignment delay. The delay value is specified after the keyword called as the assign. So obviously, as we discussed earlier also, all the data flow description, that is the statement part, each and every individual statement must be start with the keyword called as the assign, then followed by the statement. Any change in the values of in1 or in2, which will be as shown in the below statement, will result in a delay of 10 time units before recomputation of the expression in1 and in2, and the result will be assigned to output signal called as out. If in1 or in2 changes value, assign before if in1 or in2 changes value again before 10 time units, when the result propagates to the output, the values of in1 and in2 at the time of recomputation are considered. So that means here in this case, here we have to specify the looking at the example first, assign as 10 out is equal to in1 and logical and with in2 is there. So you need to be by assuming that this statement is going to execute at simulation time is equal to 0 time unit or nanosecond. Then the present values of both inputs in1 and in2 must be taken and then performing the logical and between, where this computed value or the evaluated value is going to assign to the output signal out immediately default. But here in this case we have been assigned certain amount of the delay, that is 10 seconds. So that means the computed value must be assigning to the output signal when the simulator time reaching at 10 nanosecond only. This property is called as inertial delay. That is, here in this case, in the previous statement, if in1 or in2 changes value again before 10 nanosecond, when the result propagates to output, the values of in1 and in2 at time of recomputations are considered. That is, initially at time is equal to 0, assuming both are 0, 0, in1 and in2, and computing the logical and 0 is going to assigning to the output signal only when the simulation time reaching at 10 nanosecond. But the next statement is here, the corresponding thing is, if we before 10 nanosecond, the values of in1 and in2 are going to change. These new values must be considered for the computation. That's what recomputation can be taken place. For example, at 8 nanosecond, the values of in1 and in2 both must be 1. That is logical. One logical and with 1 is answer will be 1. So this one will be going to assign at 10 nanosecond. That is, before 10 nanosecond, that 8 nanosecond, new values are changing. These new values are considered for the recomputation. The recomputed value is going to assigning to the output signal. This type of the delay is called as the inertial delay. An input pulse that is shorter than the delay of the assignment statement does not propagate to the output. The meaning of this statement is the pulse input pulse, nothing but an inertial delay will be there. Each and every gate by default having its own amount of the default delay is also called as the inertial delay, which is an input pulse that is shorter than the delay of the assignment statement does not propagate to the output. For example, here in this case, we have been assigning a delay of 10 nanosecond, where the logical and gate, if the logical and operation is there, if the inertial delay or the delay of the corresponding logical and gate is less than 10 nanosecond, then the corresponding or whatever the value is there, then assignment statement does not propagate to the output. So it is not propagating to the transferring to the output. So looking at the diagram here in this case, waveforms for the delay simulation, as we explained here in this case, simulation starting at 0 nanosecond. This is the 10 times 10 nanosecond, 20, 30, 60, 70, 80 and 85. Likewise you need to be considered. when signal in1 and in2 go high at time is equal to 20 nanosecond. So from 0 to 20 both input signal must be equal to 0. When the simulation time reaching at 20 nanosecond, the output goes to 10 nanosecond. 10 minutes I am assuming that it should be nanosecond. So output goes to high 10 time units, that is the 10 nanosecond. 20 plus 10, 30 nanosecond. Looking at this, because as the statement is assigned 10, last 10, output is out is equal to in1 logical and with in2 is there. When the new values for both input in1 and in2 is getting changed, the corresponding statement is going to execute, and this output is assigning the computed value is assigning to the output only when the delay of 10 nanosecond. Here 20 plus 10, that is 30. So the corresponding output signal, the simulation time reaching at 30 seconds, the new value of the output signal getting at 30 nanosecond. Okay. Similarly, when in1 goes low at 60, the input 1, in1 is going to, looking at this, so from 20 to 60 the value of input signal is 1, whereas still in2 is logic 1 only. When the simulation time reaching at 60 nanosecond, the value of the in1 is changing from 1 to 0. So once again this statement is going to execute. That is, the here in this case the in1 is 0 and in2 is 1 is there. 0 logical and with 1 is answer will be 1. So that means output will be going to go low only when after 10 nanosecond. That is 60 plus 10. That is 60 plus 10 nanosecond, that is 70. When the simulation time reaching at 70 nanosecond, the corresponding output is going to changing from logic 1 to 0. That is because of at 60 nanosecond the input value, input signal 1 value must be changing 1 to 0. That's what 0 with logical and with 1 answer will be 1, but it is assigning to the output signal after 10 nanosecond delay. That's what here in this case. Okay, this is how the corresponding, this is what we are discussing. This is about the normal or the regular assignment delay. Next, implicit continuous assignment delay. Here as the name implicit, internally within that no need to be specifying, declaring the separate signal, and then you have to write implicitly you need to be representing. Looking at this wire as 10 out is equal to in1 and in2, that is here in this case within the same declaration and the corresponding statement only you have to, this is the wire is nothing but what it should be a declarative statement. There during the declaration there is a provision to representing, write the assignment statement as well as assigning the delay. This type of the assignment of the delay is called as the implicit continuous assignment delay. Okay, normally from year to year it should be a continuous assignment delay will be assignment statement, whereas here in this case during the declaration, that's what implicit, during the declaration you need to write the continuous assignment statement as well as assigning the delay also. So therefore there are three operations will be there. That is, first you need to be declaring separately in1 and in2, then wire as a output as a wire also, then followed by the corresponding continuous assignment statement, that is assign out is equal to in1 and in2 is there. So that is the second option. Third option is the corresponding assigning the delay, that is a assign as 10 in the previous example which we have been discussing here. This is the third option. All these three put together in a single statement like this, that is while 10 out is equal to in1 logical and with in2. So this way of declaration is nothing but a implicit. Implicit means internally. So that is during the declaration of the signal you need, there is a provision to write the continuous assignment statement as well as assigning the delay. This type of the delay is nothing but implicit continuous assignment delay. Next, move on to the net declaration. So where the net is nothing but what? So where the signals are representing as a net in the case of the Verilog HDL. So here wire as 10, that is out. Now you need to be declaring the corresponding output as a wire, and also within this statement you need to be assigning a delay. That's what it is called as a net declaration delay. That is during the declaration of the individual nets, that is especially with respect to the output signal, there you have to be assigned certain amount of the delay is called as the net declaration. Okay. So where the next move on to the expression, the operators and operands will be there. I hope that we have been studied as well as discussed in the module 1 also. So where we have been discussed in detail about the different types of the expressions as well as the operator and also operands. Operands is nothing but the corresponding, looking at this example here in this case in the any assignment statement is concerned, the corresponding objects they have been representing towards the right hand side of the assignment statement. Here in this case in1 and in2 are called as the operand. So that is, these are the object based on the present values of the objects, you need to be performing certain operation or the functionality. So this is the major functionality of the operands are concerned. Similarly, where a operators is nothing but what you need to be based on these, whatever the present values of the operands in1 and in2, you need to be performing the respective operations, the other functionality by using the different operators, where we have been discussed in the module 1, that is the different types of the operators are there, logic like such as logical operator, relational operators, then shift operators, rotate operators. Likewise, you need to be performing certain operation or the functionality by using a certain object is called as the operators. So okay, similarly expressions are there, different types of the expression you need to be discussed. Okay, as I discussed, that is the operators are there. Operators act on the operands to produce the expected results. Verilog provides various types of the operators, such as here in this case arithmetical operators are there, logical operators, whereas the arithmetical operators multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, modulus, as well as the exponential power in the form of the exponential form. Similarly, logical, here in this case logical negation, logical and logical are is there. Likewise, the relational operators are greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal, and equality, inequality. Likewise, these are the major two types of the operators we are using. Similarly, the bitwise operators are there. Bitwise operators, bitwise negations, bitwise logical, bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise XR, bitwise XNOR. These are the, so here in this case bitwise means you need to be, so assuming there are two different operands are there, you need to be performing the bitwise operation, namely A and B are the two inputs are the operands of 4-bit size. So that means LSB of the LSB, that is the LSB of the A is performing the logical and with the LSB of the B. Likewise, similarly MSB of the A will be performing the logical operation with the MSB of the B signal. That's what it should be, bitwise operators. Then reduction operator there. Here in this case, it requires only a single operators, whereas bitwise logical arithmetical it requires minimum 2 operands, more than 2 operands also performing. Whereas the reduction operator must be performing based on by using only a single operand, and always the result must be a single bit. The reduction operation must be required only performing only on the single operand or single bit is there, and also result is always equal to a single bit. Then shifting operations are there, right shift, left shift is there, arithmetic right shift, arithmetic left shift will be there, which we have been discussed in the module 1 already. Then concatenation means you need to be clubbing more than one value or the one word or the whatever it is there. So then in that case it should be clubbing. For that case you need to be go with respect to the concatenation. Okay. Then conditional operators, which have been discussed earlier also in the multiplexer example in the previous module. Okay. Thank you.